In out the matrix. 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 Merkle body lit like a spaceship. Floating on the cloud like Goku. High as fuck, nigga, I don't know you. Move around shit like an airbender. Kill tech stashed in the left fender. Nigga got guns like Neo, nigga. I can see your future like Leo, nigga. On God. Nigga, I'm high on shrooms. 2 more grams. Nigga, I can move through rooms. Hogwarts. Now I'm playing Quidditch on brooms. No cap. Nigga, I'm in this bitch like Zoom, nigga. In out the matrix. 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 Merkle body lit like a spaceship. Floating on the cloud like Goku. High as fuck, nigga, I don't know you. Move around shit like an airbender. Kill tech stashed in the left fender. Nigga got guns like Neo, nigga. I see you like Leo, nigga. On God. Nigga, I'm high on shrooms. 2 more grams, nigga. Now I can see through rooms. Hogwarts. Now I'm playing Quidditch on brooms. No cap, nigga. I'm in this bitch like Zoom, nigga. In out the matrix. 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 In and out the matrix. In and out the matrix. In out the matrix. Merkle body lit like a spaceship. Floating on the cloud like Goku. High as fuck, nigga, I don't know you. Move around shit like an airbender. Kill tech stash in the left end. Nigga got guns like Neo, nigga. I can see your future like Cleo, nigga. On God.
Yep. All right, cool. Sweet. All right, y'all. Welcome to the new moon in Virgo ceremony. I know we missed Leo, but we're back again for Virgo. Shout out to Ta. That is a amazing Virgo friend or Sun Virgo representative. For those who are aware, shout out to him. Shout out to y'all in the live chat. Okay. Please, share where you're representing, where you coming from. I don't ask this question enough, but please feel free to, comment down what city you're representing. I don't think people know we got international presence here. We connecting from all over the world. And yeah, other than that, shout out to Christy who made it live. I hope you guys are ready to enjoy the amazing potential of this new moon. Currently, the sun is actually 13 degrees, so it's going to be 14 pretty soon. Something to think about. Thank you. Sweet. To pick up some resources. We got Vegas, we got Detroit, we got Indiana, we got the bathtub in Austin, France, Bel Air, okay, Chicago, New York City, Cuba, Texas again, Nova Scotia, Puerto Rico, North Carolina, Earth, Germany, Alabama, we got England, we got UK, Portsmouth, Canada, London, Vegas, Abu Dhabi. I'm telling you, Georgia, like we showing up from literally all around the world. Memphis, Phoenix, Canada, Vermont, Colorado, DMV. That's what's up. And North Carolina, Montreal. So shout out to Hawaii and Ireland. Okay, so shout out to all y'all that are showing up. That's what's up. We're 1 degree away from the new moon cycle. And I just kind of want to emphasize this is all about stepping in not only to mastery, but I want you to see this as an open door, an invitation, and an initiation of lifestyle mastery. that is getting ready to fully step you into, like never before at that, to the nature of your full integration of abilities and techniques. So I'm very, very grateful um, for all of you who've shown up. I'm very grateful for those of you who are invested in your mastery. I'm personally starting day one of the 33-day ritual again. So for those of you that would like to join me, we'll definitely make some time before we dip out to do that. And other than that, I really just want you to contemplate realistically on what you feel the nature of what you're stepping into mastery is. As you can see, in another hour or so, we're going to have the 14-degree exact conjunction. This is when we're going to be doing our live webinar. And so stay tuned for that. The link to the description is below. And we're going to enact this cycle. Once this cycle enacts, I need you to understand this is a mutable sign transit. So you're legitimately going to realistically tap into the real time changes of everything you'll experience real time. It's not like most other transits where, yeah, there's going to be change, but you may barely notice it. This is going to be a very dynamic, supernatural, and real transit. I'm going to put the link to the 33-day ritual playlist in the link below or description box below too, for anyone who wants, because some of you may be new to this channel and may have no idea what I'm talking about. So I'm going to put that link down there too. This is a life-changing ritual that if you check out the comments or feedback from other people is super effective. So like there's definitely been crazy experiences with that too that you'll actually see on the playlist real time. So it's super awesome. But other than that, we just started this ceremony. I have special guests today with me that we're going to talk a bit about this new moon in Virgo. And they may be able to lead us into an impromptu celebration or ceremony, just any kind of thing. What I'm going to contribute to this ceremony is restarting day one. We're going to heal ourselves for 5 minutes, hold our hearts, and really just catch on, if anything, fueling into your whether you write on a piece of paper or you keep it in your heart, the Dream Life Manifesto for over the next 6 months. If any of you would like to write on a piece of paper, you can write down present progressive what your life 6 months from now is, or 33 days from now, or 21 days from now. And I'm pulling up in a Ferrari. I got, Christian. I got LeBowens. I don't know. I got True Religions on, and I'm living the time of my life. Present progressive is the key here. For any of you who actually do this, you're going to see results super quickly because we're in the mutable sign energy, or magic rather. So a lot to look forward to. Regardless of that, though, we do have the Neptune opposition to this new moon. So what you're going to be more aware of are the subconscious collective projections of outside influences of other people, because it's 7th house of other people projecting onto you their insecurities. At this stage of mastery, you've reached such a level of confidence, it's going to make more openly intimidated other people towards you. So as you feel into the psychic attack, which I'm so glad we're going to have Majestic Magi drop knowledge in the webinar about how to tell if you're dealing with possession or people possessed. We got a lot of amazing content today. You're going to start to realize more openly that avenue of just, negativity being projected, but this is the counterattack to where now you're going to actually come more into victory against this because of the work you've done on yourself. So I want to introduce my guest. Shout out to the Hood Mystic. How you doing, brother?
Good, bro. Can you hear me fine?
Yes, sir.
Doing good. How are you?
I'm great, bro. Thank you
Good to
for
hear,
having us.
man.
We
Thank
also
you for
got
having me.
Majestic Magi. How both of y'all doing?
Hey. Thanks for having me. How y'all doing?
I love both of your
Happy
backgrounds.
New Moon. Let's get it.
Happy New Moon to you too. Could you share a little bit what you have on both of your backgrounds?
Well, this is the Basquiat crown. You can't see the top of the crown. And then I got like the yin yang. So I just put both symbols together. It's like artistic wholeness because I'm not holding back my creativity at all. Like, I'm just always being creative every day. And I'm just utilizing the energy that Basquiat left for us. Just that creativity is everything, your full expression, and I'm just kind of embodying that, and I'm just loving the energy.
I do love the yin yang for sure. That's awesome. And yeah, I'm looking forward to what you break deconstructing today. I know you're not holding back on that for sure. So.
Nah, we going deep. We going deep.
That's really what's up. And Marcy, what is this amazing?
Hey.
What is this amazing
I've had
image
this one for a while, but it's called the Gates of Atlantis. It's a tapestry, and I ordered it, but it kind of called to me. So, but I almost feel like I can walk through it. I think I always say that. I've said that before, but
right.
I feel like I can just actually touch it, and it's like an open pool, and I can walk right through it. So, I like it. I think there's a lot of multifaceted, a lot of dimensions in it. Hey, don't mess with me. I got a wand too.
You got her too? Marcy made this for me. She hooked me up with this. She's actually offering this
I got lots of them.
The Clearsight Consulting Network site. If anyone wants a wand, like this is legit. I keep it close to me too. And I'm barely learning how to like truly tap into it. So I'm really grateful.
That's cool. Sometimes you can sleep with it under your pillow.
Right.
Kind of ask what it wants to so you can connect with it, what it wants to teach you.
Right, which is another part of that process, really like getting intimate with the tools, getting to understand them. So how have both of you actually felt like, once again, actually, if you don't mind sharing, what are your sun, moon, and risings?
Ladies first.
Oh, thank you. Pisces sun, Cancer moon, Scorp rising.
Boom, triple water.
So Virgo sun, Cancer moon, Libra rising.
Bam. Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
That's kind of dope. We got the same moon and then opposing sun signs.
Opposite sun. That's awesome. That's lit. That's
yeah, but Libra's my destiny. Like my what's that? My south node.
Okay.
Or your south node. Okay.
North node.
Your north node.
South's Aries.
Okay, south node Aries. That's beautiful.
Past life is Aries.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah. Libra's my north. So that's cool. That's a great collaboration. I'm excited.
Yes. Energetically, no doubt.
Perfect for this new moon, literally. It's like heaven and earth.
Yes.
That's amazing.
I love the Virgo Pisces. Maybe it's just me being biased, I guess, but I just love that opposition. It's just so beautiful.
It is. I think it's one of the best, actually. I'm
kind of fly by.
My favorite is Gem and Sag, but if like outside of that, I'm like Virgo and Pisces for sure is probably even a more complete opposition than ours. So I'm very fascinated by your opposition. It's easily the most magical too. So
indeed.
Yeah. But yeah, personally, how have both of you felt with this Virgo season so far?
Well, my birthday is the 23rd, so I've had for me, it's been brutal reality after brutal reality, but it feels good to make the changes that I always knew I needed to make, but didn't quite see it. But I guess I needed because I got a birthday twin. He does YouTube. His name is Dreamwise, and he called, we had a birthday conversation, right? And he's just like, yeah, man, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that. And I'm just like, oh, but it was what I needed. So I just been in that energy since the 23rd up until now, just making drastic, serious changes for the better. which could be bittersweet, but we'll be talking about that during the webinar.
Beautiful. And I noticed the Saturn glyph on your hat. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's very important because you deal like being an Earth sign sun, and then all Earth sign energy such as Saturn and Capricorn is really teaching me how to be a better person. So with me, my natural disposition is to just be a spendthrift, just to splurge, right? But that's no good long term, especially now that I have children. I need the Saturn energy, bro.
So that's like the moon glyph and Saturn.
Well, it's the moon glyph and the anarchy. I just have like a rose in front of it, but like this is the full sigil. If you can see it, it's the moon and well, the moon, anarchy, the dollar
Oh,
sign, and then
cash.
Saturn. So it says
That's awesome.
cash. Yeah,
That's so awesome.
but I just got the rose kind of blocking it.
Right.
Mm.
That's super awesome. If anything, once again, like, and your 23rd, is that September or August?
August 23rd, the cusp of Virgo season.
Beautiful. How about you, Marcy? Like, have you personally, like, I'm kind of interested because you got Neptune near your sun. So, like, is it making more real, like, seeing the unseen or dealing with that axis?
Yeah, it's been pretty wild. It's been pretty wild, probably since a lot of restoration period, but for me personally, and kind of going through the motions, a lot of change, but then a lot of like crazy ass like supernatural type stuff where everything's kind of I'm starting to see, and I always say that God gives you breadcrumbs or whatever, but it's like the things that I would see before. I mean, I was like, I've been in some real episodes for sure. So, and I believe that that's where that restoration period came in, but it's starting to feel like everything's kind of subsiding a little bit. So within this, I know I'm excited because I kind of feel like, but the last few months definitely been pretty rough. I had some hard knocks, and just kind of navigated navigating through like going with the flow type thing. But definitely, I always learn something new. That's for sure. And I'm always open to learn too. It's all about the evolution in it all, right?
But like, also, what would, if you were to speak to like, because, and that's why I appreciate both of y'all being moon and cancers, because you actually feel receptively into like the vibes. Like, it's not really just like, you know what I'm saying? So I know, with Pluto opposite your moon, are you feeling more into like vibes from people or like psychic attack or kind of themes like that? How's that been?
Well, for me, I definitely have been feeling psychic attacks, but the difference between now and probably the past couple of years is that I've learned to be on the offensive. I've learned how to, like you said earlier, counterattack because maybe I think the attacks are in reference to me not knowing personally how powerful I am. And since I'm married, my wife not knowing how powerful she is, right? And generally, we're good people. So you can't really fathom psychic attacks if you know you're a good person,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Unless you understand how powerful you are, then it starts to make sense. And then with that, we're having the breakthroughs, we're having the defeats, we're having usually it'll be the dreams that would segue into like nightmarish, but now it's like, no, I'm conscious and lucid within the dreams and I'm not running. Because you know how sometimes you can dream and it's like your emotions overtake what you would rationally do and you're like pissed off because you want to get back there and like resolve it, but you can't. But now I feel like we're really gaining the power astrally as a couple against the psychic defenses because we see how strong we are.
I was getting a lot of.
Yeah, you were we literally just saw you get interfered, Majestic, right when we talking about it. Mm-hmm. We're getting trolls in the chat, which is so adorable. Oh, everyone show him some love. He wants attention. That's so adorable. Other than that, Marcy, what's good? Like, we literally watching you get interfered right now. This happens all the time, by the way. Her connection's legit. But Hood Mystic, I love how you said what you said, because that's really what personally, like, helped me overcome, the projections. It's like, once you have such a good idea of who you are personally, you don't start to see these things as outside from you or even within. It's like, so it's so much easier to anchor yourself and deal with that personally. But yes, already interference, Marcy, we here with you though. Don't worry, we here with you. We'll definitely get this sorted. Outside of that though, shout out to SF. Like you said, it's been rough. And that's why I'm so grateful for now, because it's getting ready to open up. Oh, Marcy? It's getting ready to. By the way, I just kind of want to illustrate. Marcy was perfect. There was nothing wrong with her broadcast until we started talking about interference.
I was just gonna type. I was just typing that. Right. They already interference.
And Marcy,
because I'm on my computer.
Marcy and I talk regularly.
I already knew it. It was like an hour before, and I was setting everything up to try to get it on, and then my internet was going, and the internet service was low, and it's freezing up right now.
Jamie, I feel what you said, because this new moon in Virgo is going to have us overcome that. But personally, like, Marcy and I talk pretty frequently.
I already knew it was going to happen, man.
We're used to experiencing this pretty much. You feel me? So that's why this isn't new to us.
Jumping in. You're getting interfered. I can see you're free.
I'm getting interfered too. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Peace dealer on my end.
But it's all good. The reason why I like to highlight this is mainly because it's easy. It's one thing to talk about it, but to show you guys, you know what I'm saying, to actually see it, we're literally seeing it. So it's amazing. It's fucking amazing. Marcy, take your time. There's no rush. We'll get this right. We'll definitely get this right. Personally, even if you have to kind of sign up and even if you have to like exit and sign on again, then that's totally no problem. But yeah, we're doing the declaration of non-consent, Libra season. Get ready. The next full moon is going to be in Aries. The new moon in Libra, we going to do it. So yeah, other than that, this would be a great time to share, if you don't mind. And rest in peace to Michael K. Williams. I literally just saw that right now, right before I came through, which I thought was interesting, because I usually like to think full moons or moon transits are where people can directly go on. But the Hood Mystic, if you don't mind, could you share more or a bit about, the deconstruction of what to expect?
Wild.
Oh yeah, for sure. What we're going to do is basically deconstruct Virgo. There is a larger synopsis, and then from this larger synopsis, I hope that each and every one of us could apply basic principles of Virgo mythology, Virgo understanding, as the sun is in Virgo, so you can understand the energy of today. But then you might have a Virgo mom, or you might have a Virgo moon, or you might have a planet in Virgo. So Virgo is a powerful energy, and it's very important that we understand it. I feel like this is why you called me up here to do this conversation, is because you might know that I have a fondness for this energy. I think we all have a fondness for our sun sign. That's the sign that we're going to study the most. So I'm an avid studier. I like to study all things, but I probably haven't studied anything more than Virgo. But with that being said, I'm going to simplify it. I'm going to talk about a little bit of history and then get the general gist of the energy of the constellation. And then I'm going to break it down by deacons. We may look at Virgo as just one sign, but actually is broken down into three separate distinct deacons that give Virgo its essential flair. So I want to have this conversation so maybe you can begin to look at your chart or understand Virgo energy just a tad bit deeper and essentially understand goddess energy. And I want to say that goddess energy is not for the ladies, fellas. The goddess energy is for us too, and it's essentially, quintessentially mythologized in the constellation of Virgo. So it's one of my wonderful totems spiritually that has helped me in my spiritual growth and spiritual journey. And I'm just excited to share all of what I've compiled to make it simple, applicable, and as well as powerful. So Virgo Deconstructed is going not to be a long, drawn out presentation. It's going to be a fun, colorful, vibrant presentation in reference to the goddess energy. Like, it's not going to be long and drawn out or anything boring. So, I would hope that y'all all tune in to the webinar a little later so you can get this crucial and vital knowledge for this day and time. Right. So, it's a new moon in Virgo. And I really want us to understand what this goddess energy could look like in our actual lives. So, little short, little introduction, you know what I'm saying? But in reference to the conversation that we will be having is going to be impactful. Because, if anybody knows me, I like to keep things simple, make like things plain. So, I'm going to see what's up with Peace Dealer. Oh, there you go.
I know you said earlier that's why I recruited or had you on. That's a fact. I knew that you were the guy. I knew that you were the guy. I was like, I need my secret. So like I'm really excited because I used to think that the goddess energy was just for women. And it wasn't until a large part of my awakening had to do with tapping into goddess power and like accepting that feminine energy and whatnot. So I've come to learn like the secret of the goddess is potentially found in Virgo, and that's why I'm so excited that you mentioned that because that's going to be really amazing. Shout out to whoever just booked a ticket. I do have the links to the tickets below, and personally, these are available like time capsules. If you want a link to view this after, the value in this is that you're getting time sensitive information that will apply to you right now. So shout out to our new member, okay, Adrienne. Welcome to God Squad. Okay, for those of you who are YouTube members, Yin Yang Masters, God Squad, and Infinity Club. If you look at the community tab, I do have the link to the actual webinar there. If you join my Discord, okay, you'll be able to see the link in the Discord too. And if you're not a part of the group, join the Discord and I'll add you to that. So for those of you who are part of those memberships, it's a part of the membership. For those of you who have just gotten tickets, you're going to get the link to that there. Okay. Other than that, definitely looking forward to this, bro. And we got Marcy back. So Marcy, please, if you don't mind sharing a bit more of what you're going to bless us with during your part of the presentation in the webinar.
Oh, I guess I'm going to talk about possession. How I can breaking down possession because I've learned as of late that possession isn't always what people think it is, like in the movies. I can actually see energies jumping in and out of people, and I think a lot of times when we're unbalanced or spiritual energy or holes in the energetic field, that energy can jump in and out of anybody at any given time, and they don't even know they're being used. And it could also be like seems to me like an alternative timeline that you may only be experiencing. The person, I've experienced it, but I had to go through it. I've gone through it. So that's how I realized it, but it's not always like what people think is in the movies.
See possession. I think that's what got people closed off to the whole like ghost thing or paranormal thing. They instantly think that it's how pop culture has expressed it. Like it has to have some kind of like spooky element when
Right.
people don't realize it's a lot more natural than we'd expect. I think if people had an idea of how much more realistic it is, we wouldn't take this like Hollywood glamorized view towards it. And that's why I appreciate the water, like Pisces, Cancer, the Scorpio. Y'all bring such a more etheric understanding to this that is more go with the flow. It used to frustrate my logical Gemini, like, okay, but like, can you give it to me in a logical way? But now I've come to understand you're tapping into a realm that's not linear like this. So I have so much respect for what you do. It's amazing, especially given that there's so many like fakes that pretend to like tap into it. So
It's actually it's pretty wild, and I think that even I don't maybe you can uh maybe you can clarify like in relation to the transits and such. But it seems like when they say like okay like when the what's in the dark comes to the light and the people's masks are falling off, and I think that that's what it is. We if you're energetically attuned and aware that basically we're going to be able to pick up on all the possessions, and a lot of people are just going to they're kind of getting taken over in a lot of ways, but
yeah,
it's up responsible to heal their own stuff. But like I said, they don't even know they're being used, which is pretty wild.
yeah, seriously. And that's why psychic self-defense is so important, because even me, like I can think, oh well, I'm super spiritual, I'm Archangel Michael, I don't have to worry about getting depressed. But if I don't stay sharp, if I don't actually stay in integrity, I can get so in my feelings. It's so easy to start to get possessed and let other energies take over through your feelings and and whatnot. And so much ego and pride, like in the spiritual community and new age movement, can blind people to how they themselves could be used. And these are unconscious forces, so it's hard to be conscious of them. So I'm really 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 excited to witness what you bless us with there. I think this isn't spoken of enough because it's not really understood at all.
Right.
So
Well, and once again, not in the connotation that it's been presented, you know what I mean? Like like you said in the movies and things like that, it's not always what people think it is.
exactly right. And we so desperately want to find a way to make sense of an experience in the 3D. It's hard for people to accept that you're tapping into experiences beyond your conscious mental understanding.
Mm.
So that's why I respect Pisces, because Pisces, Sun in Pisces is having a conscious that's beyond. So it's like you can tap into that. And then the Virgo energy can literally break that down into how that makes sense. So personally, very excited for what we're all doing. I want to step now into the ceremony portion. Personally, we'll see you there, New Age Job. Personally, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start the ceremony off it for healing. So we're all gonna connect for the next 5 minutes. We'll just, hold our hands to our hearts and we can send healing energy through that. I'll play some meditation music in the background. Um, Based off of that, it's not mandatory, but if any of the two of you want anything to add to lead us into ceremony, could be anything. It's not that big a deal, how complex or not it is. Please feel free to do so, and we can do that. So, I'm gonna start off by the 5 minutes, and then after 5 minutes, in like 4 p.m., the next stage will be to write out our dream life manifesto. You can write it in your heart or you could put pen to the paper. And this will be your life in 6 months or 33 days. And I want you to, as you're healing yourself, see yourself living that life. What does it feel like? And feel that energy in your heart. Whoop. There we go, ladies and gents. That was amazing. I'm glad a lot of y'all fell into that as well. Um, I want to thank my guests, Majestic Magi and the Hood Mystic, once again. Please make sure you join us during the webinar where we will accordingly share the relevant, important information and wisdom that you can have access to. Um, actually, want to bring into the next stage the next part of the ritual. So personally, and yes, we definitely could have done that for 20 men. That was so peaceful. That was super amazing. The reason why a lot of that was peaceful is we connected all our energy, so that has a compounding effect. But personally, the next step now, if you have a piece of paper, right, you can write down on this piece of paper um, the dream life manifesto. What does your dream life look like? What are you living on it? If you don't want to write this down on paper, you could put it to your heart. I just know the magic of putting words on paper, especially when it's real in Virgo. It's not necessary though. And write in present progressive. Let's say you see yourself in 30 days. How would you write present there, progressive 30 days from now? What are you doing, seeing, hearing, feeling? When you write this down, you can burn it or you can keep it. See in 33 days if you're still living it. So, Marcy, I'm going to pass the torch to you if there's anything you wanted to lead us into the ceremony.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to set the intention to kind of energetically wrap our world in angel wings, rainbow wings. They're white, and then they start off with the wings. But I'm gonna. And I do feel a lot of nervous energy in my heart, so I feel like a lot of people are having to be vulnerable as their hearts are actually widening, opening. And I'm going to go ahead and say, just put your hands once again on your heart, like the peace dealer just had us do in that meditation. But allow yourself to be vulnerable and allow yourself to feel that emotion. And it is very uncomfortable. I should be good at it because I'm all water, but I've been in vulnerable, uncomfortable emotions as well. Waterfalls of golden light dropping from the ceiling wherever you're at in your space. I just heard it's done. Short, simple, and sweet. Thank you.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. I love how you sense the nervous energy as well.
It is. I have it. I have it right now. I can feel it. So it's like I just feel my heart's like.
Beautiful. And next we have the Hood Mystic, who is going to connect us with a certain angel. Ooh.
Peace, family. I'm urged through the meditation to connect with your guardian angel. If you say, I don't know who my guardian angel is, Archangel Raphael is available for healing. He's available for relaxation, rest, and ease. We want all of the best things in our lives, but we have to understand that we have support and we also have a level of clairvoyance and clairaudience and clairsentience if we could just tap into our mind's eye. So if ever things get tough during this Virgo season, let's remember this time where you tuned into your new moon meditation and you held your hand over your heart and you were able to see the spiritual realms. That realm is not going to disappear once the new moon energy is over. It is always going to be available, but sometimes we forget. So let me just be your friendly reminder to always tune in to your guardian angel. If you don't know who that is, tune in to Archangel Raphael.
And is there any like special way how, or is it just as simple as like just connecting?
Excuse me.
Is there any specific way how, or is it just as simple as just setting the intention to connect?
It's setting the intentions. He is the angel of sleep. So in reference to sleep, in the color burgundy is a way to connect with Archangel Raphael. But he is very simple and very easy to connect with. So it's no special technique. But he is the archangel of sleep. So whenever we need rest, we could in our going to sleep, we can speak to Archangel Raphael and he'll be right there.
Beautiful. That's definitely one thing personally that has always shocked me, how easy it is to connect to these energies. I've always tried to get in my head and complicate the process, but I mean, not only is it super simple, like every time I'm skeptical, they'll just come through a synchronicity real quick, like,
Mm,
who's not real? Like, what
mm.
excuse me? Like, I'll be like, no, there's no Archangel Metatron. And then in the next instant, like someone shared a Metatron card, and Metatron's like, who's not real? Michael, what are you talking about? Hold on. I'll give you another synchronicity, but
Right.
it
Yeah.
is what
During
it
the
is.
meditation, it was just very clear. And like I didn't ask for angel anything. I was just really meditating in a pure sense. And he made himself known to me. So a pure meditation, a pure heart. It's a I don't know if y'all like gospel songs, but it's a gospel song by Fred Hammond called "A Clean Heart," and that would be a good song during this Virgo time because that's what we need to tune into the higher celestials. Just that energy of purity is enough a lot of times.
Pretty much. And once again, and we're being guided, right, through these aspects of us. So it's what's up. Um, I guess since we're all outside the illusion of separation, connected and tapping into that oneness. So I always like to make sure, we do these ceremonies. If you're not necessarily able to join the webinar, that's totally fine. We still got the transit talks. I always make sure we get in, for everyone to come through. And outside of that, personally, I know there are certain people who may have different opinions about what we do. I know a lot of people project childishness. In your head, you can think you're so right about something. You don't even know how embarrassing you may be making yourself look. Cough, cough, hint, hint. But personally, I just kind of wanted to square that home. I would hope that at this stage of my career, no one thinks that I'm really doing anything here just for the money. I will definitely, put that value up. So, if anything, thanks to everyone who doesn't hesitate to invest in what we do. A lot of what we're doing is pure innovation. Like, no one did what all of us are doing like 10 years ago, 5 years ago. So, I'm really just grateful for this process personally. And yeah, it definitely opens up so much possibility moving forward. And I think this is a super important ceremony we did. So moving forward, in fact, let's all set the intention for, it doesn't have to be Mercury, but we're going to call in on the energy of Mercury. Everyone taps into Mercury through our brain. It's not necessarily just some being outside of us as much as it is a part of us. So personally, we tap into this enlightened uh, master of analysis while we're in the Mercury ruled Virgo. And we set the intention for an extraordinary epiphany of epic proportions to lead our way forward, to change our minds as we step forward into this transit, and to give us the signature of what the cycle we're stepping into is. And outside of that, y'all stay blessed as always. Once again, we have the link below. Shout out to Lilac. We got the link below to the webinar for those who would like to join. Can we start writing whilst listening? Yes. For those of you who want to expand more on your Dream Life Manifesto, take your time with it. While you're listening to the webinar, you can continue to write it even after. it could be as long as you want. Make sure you read that. For those of you who want to compound it, you could read it every day for 33 days and feel into that and start to step into that. Okay, you can make it super simple. And other than that, yeah. Is there any final words of advice or anything y'all want to share before we close this?
You want to hood me or you hood
You
mystic?
you can go.
So,
I'm trying to think of what I want to say.
oh, I was actually I felt a lot of I felt the energy really kind of subside, and it feels good to be a part of all of this with everybody, and I'm grateful to share with everybody. And I think that the restoration period is just over, and just honestly just be. I mean, when you're speaking on Mercury, and I had my eyes closed, I kept on seeing when we were talking about the Metatron symbols, I just kept seeing like a trinity of them, like almost like they were in my brain. I just kept seeing it, so that energy was powerful when I had my eyes closed. I was like, so I feel like that shot through us all throughout this chat in this new moon experience. So, and I feel like almost a lot of the work's been done and the intentions already been set, and we're just moving forward. Full speed ahead, kids. God bless you all. We'll see you at the webinar.
Everything that she said, definitely a point of moving forward and definitely a point of a better and greater light. And generally, what we were talking about earlier with like the conscious community and it being somewhat poisonous is because it's this idea of spiritual greatness. But the reality is that our spirituality and our consciousness is always moving forward and is always meeting new people and making new connections. In our superiority, we can isolate ourselves from even growing and expanding. So I never ever want to be so high and mighty that I don't expand and grow. So I also want to say thank you to Peace Dealer as always for being the great man that you are. You know what I'm saying? Just thank you for being who you are, you know.
No, appreciate you. And I the same thing goes to y'all too. And y'all in the chat too, showing love and everything. So we're gonna keep it moving. Sam, if you're a part of Infinity Club, if you go to the Discord, if you go to my community tab, the link to the webinar will be there. So if you can't access that, just shoot me an email. I got you. And call me Idiot Joe. Other than that, once again, y'all stay blessed as always. We're gonna end this webinar. Queen of Wands, I'm not doing live readings, but if you hang tuned to the next transit talk, I got you. I'll make sure I answer that question first. So y'all stay blessed as always. And until next time, peace out.